Small jump here. Very nice, very nice. Hi guys, today I want to show you a video about how I'm automating voice inside of a song, okay? Like the vocals, fine-tune automation in the end of a mix. I kinda came to the conclusion that it's best to do it in the end of a mix because then you can focus on it, you have the space and you can really just like glue the last bits. Now we're gonna jump into the DAW and I'll show you how I'm going to do a fine automations on the vocals in the end of a mix. Let's go. Okay, so here we have a mix of a song I'm working on. It's in Hebrew. This is our track. This is our automation at the moment. I'm gonna zoom in and I'm going to let you see a little bit what I've done until this point and then we're gonna continue. Yeah. So I can hear that there is a space here that I could do something small. I can put the beginning of the word a little bit out. So I'm using a controller here. I'm on touch in automation. I'm going to be able to do it. Very nice. So you see, small jump here. Very nice, very nice. I can even make a small jump on the ka. Also, it's really important what language you're working with because then you can understand the dynamic of the language and the word you want to say. But basically, I'm just listening when something disappears and gets out of the center. And if I don't want it, then I bring it back. So I'm going to do a small jump there. Look. So you see, I just created a small jump. Perfect. I hear a small dip here in the mizvah. Now I can make a small correction with a fine tune because it's not always work. Nice, and I can now take volume down a little bit in the end, look. See? It's create like da 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 da. And maybe a small touch like here. That's it. Obviously there's many ways to do it. You can do it from the waveform itself using clip gain, or it depends on what DAW you're using, but for now. And remember, this is post insert, so like whatever, I'm affecting the end of the vocal chain, so it doesn't change the relationships between the gain staging to the effects. Okay, so I'm also gonna put some automation here if you don't mind. Just one word to jump out. It's a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to just dial it down a notch. Yeah, that was more like what I'm looking for. In Logic, you can kind of drag a point to flatten it. תקליט, we can emphasize that. B we can also make a bit stronger. זה לא ברור, לבשת
פיג'מה ונסעת למקום אחר.
מקום stronger.
אתה למקום אחר. אתה למקום אחר.
See, just like small fine tune, it's really cool.
כן כן.
Can. I can do a small dynamic there.
כן כן. כן כן.
By the way, if you want to see how I'm getting this controller to work with Logic, check out the video here, because I'm explaining how I'm using software to integrate. It cost me $50. This controller, amazing.
כן כן. כן כן. כן כן.
It just gives this can like a breath.
כן כן. איפה אתה איש מזוקן?
The can. I don't want to overcompress the vocals, so I'm kind of making up for those dynamics leftovers with my fingers. Now, because I'm using a touch automation mode, it means that I can like do small jumps, and it kind of just and then goes back to the natural, so I don't have to really take the fader back down, so I can use the relative volume of the balance of the track and then tick tick give small. It's a lot tempo. It's a lot about understanding the tempo and working with this to When I put another automation on the zocher, it's a motive in the song. You can even see that I'm doing it intuitively, but I'm also using my eyes. I can see the waveform is about to drop, and I kind of like just do an average of what I intuitively feel like I need to do and what I'm seeing, because it gives me a hint at least. By the way, everything you're hearing is a bit hot in terms of the volume and everything. It's because we are running through a master chain already, and yeah, it's a bit, you know, has a little bit of this soft clipping going on and some distortion. Plus, I'm in a low latency mode, so it bypasses some of my processing, so it's not really the mix. Okay, let's go to the sax. If I want to automate this, I would have to put a gain plugin and automate that, and I'm gonna have to do this with my finger. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me. I hope you enjoyed this short video about automating vocals in the end of a mix, getting them right into the pocket, recreating the dynamics that was either lost in the compression or was never there in the performance. Sometimes dynamic is something that not many singers really know. They sing very loud, or they're like that, but they don't really they don't really express dynamics. So you can recreate it musically using your own fingers with some touch screen or some controller, and also doing it in a tempo-ish way, so it kind of fits the musical context. Much love to you. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time in the next videos. Peace. Keep making music. You rock.